So it was in the ancient times, when the world had not yet begun. Only endless emptiness and mist without beginning or end. In the abyss, there were no shapes, no bounds. Only mist and fire awaited awakening. In the darkness, sparks were shining, birthing hope, and chaos breathed slowly, as if awaiting awakening. To the north lay Niflheim, the realm of mist and cold. Its rivers carried poison and darkness from the depths of frozen chaos. Dense fog hung like heavy clouds. Eternal cold and icy mist ruled the air. At the center roared the spring Vergelmir. From it flowed the rivers that shaped the chaotic world. To the south blazed Muspelheim, the realm of fire. Here rivers of flame smoldered and stones burned bright. Among the flames stood Surtur, who existed before the gods. In his hands blazed a flaming sword. He stands at the edge of the world, in the sea of fire and lava. Only at Ragnarok will he march forth. Between frozen Niflheim and blazing Muspelheim lay Ginnungagap, the formless abyss. Where ice touched the sparks, the mist melted and awakened life. From the melting waters rose the giant Ymir, the first of the living ancestor of all giants. Ymir grew in the mists, vast as the world itself. He was the ancestor of all giants. From the mists rose Audhumla, the hornless, sacred cow. Her milk flowed in rivers, nourishing Ymir. With her milk, Audhumla nourished the giant. She licked the ice, and from the frost emerged Buri. From Buri was born his son Bor, and from him came 3 brothers, Odin, Vili, and Ve. The brothers grew strong and mighty. In their hearts burned the fire of courage, and in their minds the depth of wisdom. Each carried in his hands the symbol of his fate, the spear that pierced the darkness, the sword sharp as the icy wind, and the shield shining like flame. They walked through the mist of the abyss, preparing to shape the world. The 3 brothers halted at the edge of Ginnungagap. They gazed into the chaos of mist and fire, of ice and sparks locked in battle. In that abyss lay life and death, and the fate of the world itself. There they conceived the great act of creation, to bring order from chaos. There was no other way but sacrifice. The 3 brothers raised their weapons against the giant, for only his death could give birth to the new world. Cries echoed through the abyss as the gods raised their weapons. The spear cut through the mist. The sword flashed like an icy spark, and the shield thundered like a strike of storm. Ymir staggered like a mountain splitting under the storm's wrath. Ymir staggered from the blows. The ground beneath him trembled. His body swayed like a mountain of ice, and his roar thundered like the heavens tearing apart. The brothers felt their victory was near, yet even the abyss itself groaned with the clash. Ymir, the mighty giant, could not withstand the gods' power. His colossal body swayed and crashed down with thunderous force, shattering icy mountains and raising waves of fire. His death became the seed of new life, for from chaos a world was born through sacrifice. And then the brothers, gods of the New Age, approached the fallen giant. His body, still warm with fire and ice, sprawled across the void, casting sparks and steam. They raised their weapons and took Ymir's flesh, stretching it outward so that the land itself was formed. From his bones, heavy and unyielding, they built the mountains, the first borders of the newborn world. From the giant's wounds burst torrents, and rivers of crimson filled the abyss. The brothers watched as waves spread wider and wider, and where there had been nothing, seas and deep oceans came to be. Henceforth, the waters would embrace the newborn earth, so that it might live and breathe forever. Then the brothers lifted the giant's colossal skull, its heavy bones stretched above the land, and thus the sky was born, the vault that covers the world. In the darkness glowed the sparks of Muspelheim, and the gods set them as stars to shine in the night. The brothers did not stop, for creation demanded completion. They took the giant's brain and scattered it across the sky. Thus the clouds were born, forever drifting through the worlds, bringing rains, storms, and shadows to the earth. Yet the world was not safe, and so that men might one day live in peace, the brothers took the giant's eyelashes and built from them a wall. It became Midgard, the middle realm embraced by the seas. Yet the land was still empty, and the brothers sought life. On the shore of the sea they found 2 logs, one of ash and the other of elm, and within these trunks lay the beginning of mankind. Odin laid his hand upon the ash and breathed life into it. Vili gave it mind and will, and Ve carved eyes, ears, and a mouth. Thus, from lifeless logs arose the first humans, Ask and Embla, the parents of all mankind. On the wind-swept shores of the newborn world stood the first humans. They resembled the Vikings themselves, strong bodies, clear eyes, long hair. The brothers clothed them in simple furs and coarse woven cloth, so they could endure the cold winds of the north. And they gave them names: Ask and Embla, the first among mortals, from whom all mankind descends. Thus creation stood complete, the land from flesh, the mountains from bone, the seas from blood, and the sky from the giant's skull. Clouds wandered on the winds, stars burned in the dark, and the world was filled with harmony, where everything had its place. In Midgard, within the walls raised by the gods, the first humans, Ask and Embla, arose. They looked upon the mountains and seas in wonder, for this world was given to them as home and inheritance. Thus, the work of the gods was complete. The land stood firm, the mountains rose to the skies, the seas embraced the world, while above them stars shone and clouds drifted. In Midgard lived the first humans, under the watch of the brothers, and the newborn world revealed its greatness and beauty.